Hey YouTube, it's Annabelle. So welcome to VEDA day number 15, and this video is going to be kind of like a follow-up video to my playdate videos that I have done previously. I did a playdates video and kind of like how we do things, and I also did like a playdate ideas video. And I got a message with a few questions in it, and so I was going to do this follow-up video to kind of answer those and just do another like mommy tips video for VEDA. So this is going to be my mommy tips on playdates. And so I first wanted to talk about like just answering some questions. Like, I don't consider a playdate to be where like the grown-ups, like it's for the grown-ups. Like where they're getting together to like chit chat and do whatever and not really paying attention to the kids or something like that. Like for me, a play date is where like it's an organized thing where you are meeting another family or another like mommy and their kid or children or whoever, and you're going and doing something. So like going to the park, and like I'm not saying that like adults can't like talk or anything during a play date, but I think the play date should be about the kids, not about like what you're doing. So like questions about like if we drink alcohol during play dates and stuff like that, really like that doesn't happen for us because that's not a play date for me. Like if we as a couple, like me and my husband, go over to someone else's house like for supper or to hang out, that kind of thing is like not a play date for us. That's like us getting together with another family. For me, play dates are just that, a play date where our kids and their kids come to play, and it's like a date, like it's set up and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that answers that question. One of my like tips with play dates is picking the time of day that you're going to like do it. Now, you don't want to like pick a time of day when your child is like napping, or like even like right before or right after a nap. Like we have found that that doesn't work for us for the time of day for the nap, because like when my daughter wakes up, she kind of like, it takes her a little bit to kind of like, okay, like get breakfast and everything. Like a mid-morning play date is a very good idea. One that is like right before lunch is just cutting into like lunchtime a little bit. So if we have a play date like close to lunch, we will usually just eat at the play date. So that's how we kind of take care of like with like food times. Like we'll usually have like our play date set up as a like breakfast time, or as a morning snack time, or lunch or afternoon snack time, or even like supper kind of thing, where food is a part of the play date. Because when you get play dates too close to meal times, it gets kind of like, ooh, sometimes the kids are hungry, or like they get crabby and things like start to like kind of fall apart a little bit. So how we like avoid that is not doing play dates close to meal times or nap times. Or even close to bedtime. We usually like cut play dates off like at 7 o'clock, so that way we are able to get home and get ready for the evening and things like that. So if that kind of explains like time of day and how we kind of like do things. The other thing is having something to do. Again, I was talking about how it's a play date for us, or like for our family, is where we actually make a date with another family to do something. Now, you don't have to do anything that costs money. Like walks are free, going to the park is free, like all of that kind of stuff that doesn't cost any money to do. We do a lot of that. We don't have a real big budget to like spend on things, so we will even do like group like meals where everybody brings something. That way it's not like super expensive for one person. So we kind of try to break stuff up like that, so it's not like such a big cost. Like you're not feeding like 7 people or anything like that. Like everybody's bringing enough for like themselves and their kids, and then it all is like put together for like a meal. So always have something to do, even if it's just like a walk. Like me and another family, we love to walk. So that is our thing that we do together. And so our kids like talk to each other back and forth in the strollers, and we talk back and forth to each other, and we point out different things that are like going on around us and like where we're going or what we're going by and things like that. And like we like make jokes and tell stories like all together, and it's just a lot of fun. And like that's a great example how you can get exercise and just have like free fun. Okay, so another thing that I was asked is like we don't do like such structured events in our play dates where like the kids can't be kids or they can't get messy. We actually make play dates, at least for our family, we make play dates the time to get messy and get dirty and make like just a giant mess and use things that make a mess like glue, and even use things that my daughter usually doesn't get to play with, such as like scissors, like cutting paper, practice cutting paper. We use play dates for all of that fun time to like explore all that stuff, the ooey gooey finger paints and everything that you don't necessarily want on your carpet. But for a play date, it's like, okay, let's invite some people over and let's get the finger paint out and let's just have a ball and have a mess. And my daughter knows that like play date time is a time where she can be a kid, explore. She can put her finger in things that usually I'd be like, oh no, let's not make a mess, or like put your finger in that. If we're going somewhere or something, I'm like, oh, let's not make a mess. But like playdate time is just a great time for kids to be kids and explore everything. And again, even do stuff that you usually don't let your kids play with. That is how my daughter learned how to use markers without like getting them all over herself, is through playdates. And we've had like quite a few marker play dates where we just let the kids go nuts if they color on themselves or on their clothes. Like we're not like getting upset at them, or it's not like so structured. Again, that is what I have kind of used my Mommy and Me classes for, is more of the like structured learning environment kind of thing. But play dates are just for play and just for fun. Like, yes, they are like set to like a date and like an activity is picked, but like during the play date, it's not a structured event like at all. And another question I had is like how to get out of bad situations. Okay, so we've had this happen to us twice where either another child did not get along with my daughter, or my daughter did not get along with somebody else. And it just seemed like there was like conflict and they just like butted heads, or it wasn't a good relationship, or they were like teaching my daughter things that I didn't want her doing, or like using like curse words and just yelling and screaming and just misbehaving and stuff like that. I didn't want my daughter to get that stuff like out of play dates. So there have been 2 situations already where I have had to be the one to get out of the play date. So what I have done, and there's basically just 2 different things. You have to be honest, but you also have to be very respectful when you're getting out of a play date. Again, be honest. Like, hey, our kids aren't getting along very well, or I really don't want my daughter like playing with like that kind of stuff or using that language, and I just feel that your child is teaching her things that I don't want her to learn yet at such a young age. And it's very difficult, very, very difficult. But as long as you are nice, like everyone, like at least like everyone that I know, everyone thinks their kid is perfect, and it's just a matter of being honest and being like, look, our kids really don't get along. Maybe we'll try it again in the future, but right now is just not a good time. Lying and saying that you have something else going on or that you're busy, like those people just continue to like keep bugging you about like, oh, well, why aren't we going? We were going every week and now we're not going at all. That like confuses people. I had that happen to a friend, and she was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, well, you should have said in the first place. You have to be honest. And if they don't like you after the fact, like after you get out of the play date, then they'll just have to get over it, I guess. But it's always doing what's best for your child. So again, we've had to do it twice already, and it's very uncomfortable, and I don't like conflict, so I kind of like stewed over it for like a whole week, and finally I just kind of got up the courage to just say something, look, this is not working out. Alrighty, so hopefully that answers some of the lingering questions. So it's kind of like a follow-up to those videos. If you want to look back for those Playdate videos, feel free to do so. And if there's any additional comments, leave me a message, or you can post a comment below this video. But anyways, happy VEDA day number 15, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow for VEDA day number 16. Bye guys.